Detroit sports fans again to another edition of the Bob and Ron Show. It's April 5th.
Tell you, I'm Bob.
And I'm Ron.
Huge day here in Detroit, Ron. It is opening day for the Tigers. Huge win today over Kansas City. Let's get right to the rundown.
Well, like you just said, the Tigers beat Kansas City just about an hour ago in the season opener. We're going to look a little bit into that. Then we're going to go on to Saturday's tough loss for MSU to Butler. Very tough. And then Sunday, the Wings played the Flyers. They lost, but they clinched a playoff spot.
Huge.
And what else do they do?
Tell you, Ron, it's the 19th consecutive year that this team has made the postseason. Longest streak right now in North American professional sports. Huge.
Getting close to that Blues 25, but they're not there just quite yet. But moving on to the Tigers, they won 8-4 today. Unbelievable game, Bob.
Ron, they really showed me what I wanted to see. I'll tell you, unbelievable performance from this team today. They were down coming into the seventh inning, and I tell you, they stuck with it and they kept going. Zach Greinke, they knocked him out of the game, although he did pitch well today, and they really got to this Royals bullpen, which is huge.
Definitely, and a lot of our strengths that we said in our season preview earlier today was that the bullpen was going to be good and Jackson was going to be good. I'm just going to touch on Jackson. You can take the bullpen. Jackson, he didn't do as amazing at batting. He was 1 for 5, 2 strikeouts, but his one hit was an RBI key in the seventh.
It was
for the
clutch.
comeback.
It was clutch.
And he had an unbelievable strike throw to Gerald Laird to get out Jason Kendall in the, I think it was the 6th, or no, the 8th. I take that back, the 8th.
You know, and exactly, that's what we wanted to see, is because that was the defense that we've been talking about. And we're glad that Jackson...
5 tools.
Yeah, we're glad that he can fill Grant Anderson's positions. Great. I'll tell you, Ron, this bullpen today, unbelievable. That's really what I wanted to see when Verlander got knocked out of the game. Verlander had a kind of a mediocre performance, gave up 6 hits, 4 runs, although he did strike out 6 in 5 innings of work. But I'll tell you, Joel Zumaya comes in the 6th inning, pitches lights out. He's back to that 0-6 form, as I said earlier, and he showed me what I wanted to see. Ended up picking up the win today. But Ron, I'll tell you, the MVP of this Detroit Tigers bullpen, Phil Koch's mullet, baby. I love it. Ron, I'll tell you, I wish I could just shampoo and massage those locks. Unbelievable head of hair on that
Tell you
guy.
what, he's giving Randy Johnson a run for his money in the mullet category.
Unbelievable. Detroit, I don't care if Maglio cut his hair. Phil Koch's in town. Learn to love it, baby. You're the Tiger. I love the mullet.
Mullets are back, I guess, here for Phil Koch. But bottom line, bullpen, 0 ERA. Not a run given up.
Yeah, Ryan Perry and Jose Valverde, 2 awesome performances as well. I'll tell you, Valverde did give up a walk, but, you know, it's okay. It's okay. It's only the first game of the year. Didn't give up a run. He settled down after that walk, and that was great.
And I'll tell you what, Damon got 2 RBIs, Cabrera got 2 RBIs, and Inch also got 2 RBIs. Those are key players that the Tigers need day in and day out to come through for this team.
It was good to see Brandon Inch stepping up early with that 2-run double, and I'll tell you, huge performance by Johnny Damon today. Definitely what the Tigers need, and that's that veteran leadership.
And moving on, I guess we'll go to MSU now.
Yeah, Ron, it was a real tough loss for Butler, I'm not going to lie. I didn't get to watch very much of the game. I know you did. I had to work, but I'll tell you, it was really disappointing to see them make it to Indianapolis for the Final Four and then go home crying.
Well, they weren't going home crying. It was a close game at the end. They almost made a comeback there, but foul trouble, very bad. And good defense by Butler.
I'll tell you, yeah, Butler defense was suffocating, and that's what we heard coming into the game. We were a little scared about that. That didn't make me hesitate on predicting them to win it. But I have to say, Butler's defense did come up huge, and I think that really forced a young, inexperienced Corey Lucius into making some key turnovers that really helped Butler take advantage of this Michigan State team.
Definitely, and just Summers, he just got way too early down into the foul trouble. Didn't help his team at all. And with that question, with that being said, we're going to question Tony. Tony from Brighton's going to give us a question. He says, "What are your predictions for next year's Spartans? Do they now have a guaranteed spot with savvy vets like Lucius and Green, who will be juniors next year?"
Tony, that's a great question, and yeah, I believe that they do have a chance. They are going to be right there, and I'll tell you, they have a great shot at going to the Final Four again next year, because this is a team that's going to be experienced, okay? They have Draymond Green, who's huge for this club. Corey Lucius, he's going to be back. He's had the experience. Hit that buzzer beater versus Maryland. He is a guy who Tom Izzo likes, and he's going to really come into his own next year, I believe. And I'll tell you, having a guy like Summers come back, this is going to be a team that really can make some noise next year, and expect them to have a top 5 AP preseason rank. And I'll tell you, hopefully they can be a little more consistent than they were this year.
Well, Bob, I'm going to ask my own fan question here to you. They got the pre-ranked second this year. The next year, do they get 1? Do they get the 1 seed?
Ron, I don't see them getting a 1. Teams like Kentucky, teams like Kansas, teams like Butler, teams like Duke, and, you know. But I'll tell you, they will be top 5, and I'll tell you, they will make some noise come March.
Well, that is amazing, to say the least, if they get a 1 spot. But we're going to move on to the Red Wings versus Flyers. Red Wings lost yesterday 3-4.
You know, Ron, yeah, it was a tough loss. You know, they did play well, and I'll tell you, you know, there was a lot of scruff in front of the net coming late in that game, and I think they really had a shot to tie it up. But, you know, Chris Osgood making his first start since late January. Ron, how do you feel about that?
I don't know how you expect a man to come in and just play solid. That's why I think he gave up that first goal as a weak goal of Carcillo. But other than that, I think the team had a lot to do with why Osgood didn't have such a great. He had a good night himself, but I think his team let him down.
Yeah, I don't think Osgood really played that bad. He did have some nice saves in the game. I have to say, my bright spot in the game was Danny Cleary coming back. You know, he had that sore groin. He was out for a few weeks, but now he's coming back. He had 2 points yesterday, including a goal, and I think that's a huge performance. It's great to see him getting into the swing of things as the postseason is just around the corner for this club.
Most definitely, and also at the Wachovia Center, playing against Philly, it's gritty hockey, and what you like to see coming in the playoffs is them getting those dirty goals, and they got a couple of those yesterday.
You know, Ron, as Gordon Bombay said in Mighty Ducks 3, you gotta pick up the garbage. And I'll tell you, they're picking up the garbage, and they'll continue to pick up the garbage until there's no garbage to be picked up.
Well, with that being said, we're going to go to the fan questions here, and we have Jeff Hockstedt from Brighton. We thank you for your question.
Thank you, Rondown. We love you.
We love you. Jeff says he loves the cup, Bob, and he wants to know what you think about the new April and the D song.
Ron, I love it. I mean, it's not a bad song. Last year, the Good Luck Joe's horrible song.
I know, I couldn't get that on my head. It was so bad.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, it was like the theme song to Rugrats or something. But I'll tell you, this new one is great. Great guitar solo in the song.
Definitely, and Victoria's Secret is their name.
Yeah, not Victoria's Secret, you know, where you might buy your bras or thongs. Victorious, as they are winners.
And they won. And Jeff, I believe it's a great song. I like it. I listen to it, and it doesn't get annoying like the Good Luck Joe's did.
Yeah, and you know, I got to say thank you guys. We've got a lot of great feedback from the fans this week, a lot of positive reception, great questions sent in to us, and just keep those coming because we love to hear from you, as you guys are the greatest fans here in Metro Detroit.
And that's about all we have for the day, Bob. I think it was a great show. What do you think?
It was. Guys, we'll see you Friday. Make sure you're down there, down by Comerica Park. Bob and I will be prowling the streets of downtown Detroit, interviewing you fans as to what you think is going to happen for this Tiger corner for this club.
Most definitely. And also,